So, if you are not aware, the other day the Trump administration deported a legal migrant to the El Salvadorian prison that is been that has been blown up recently in the spotlight for being very inhumane, putting a lot of evil people in there. Yeah, the Trump administration just put a legal immigrant there. You remember Trump saying he would only deport illegal criminal aliens and deport them and bring them to El Salvador. Guys, he fucking lied. Who would have thought? Who would have thought he lied? Who would have thought he lied? Yeah, the Trump administration continues to lie about this. Well, the Trump administration admitted to their error while JD Vance was still on Twitter saying no, he deserved to be deported. He should stay there. So great look overall. This comes right after Signalgate as well. So this administration clearly knows what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're qualified. I don't think anything about this administration has been bad, is what I'd say if I was fucking stupid. So let's get into the details. In 2019, Abrego Garcia, forgive me if I butchered that, immigrates to the United States from El Salvador under the guise of seeking asylum from El Salvadorian gangs. He's granted this and is legally allowed to be within the United States. Then all of a sudden, ICE comes out of nowhere, and I think it was March or April of 2019, they grab him and they're like, actually, we think you're a gang member. A judge rules that there is potential that he was one of those El Salvadorian gang members, which honestly, that by itself would make sense. That's probably why he fled El Salvador. He probably left the gang and knew they would fucking kill him if he stayed in El Salvador. Guys, it's a bad thing to be in a gang. It's also a bad thing to leave a gang for a better life. You know, you can't you gotta stay. You gotta stay. That's what we're doing. The judge, however, even though ruled that he definitely could be in the gang, was like, well, you can stay. It's clear that you are in danger if you go back. You can stay. And since then, he's been living here with his wife, who is a U.S. citizen, and his two children. For the record, he has no criminal record. He has not been charged with any sort of gang activities related to El Salvador or any other United States gang. He has no criminal record whatsoever. So why in March of 2025 is this motherfucker being deported? Just cuz. That's it. Just cuz. And you know what? Trump administration, they've come out and said this themselves. They filed it with the court. Guys, my fault. We fucked up. We didn't we fucked up. No shit, man. No shit. Deported a legal migrant. He's legally allowed to be here. He's not a citizen. He's legally allowed to be here. You can't just deport him and send him to a fucking death camp practically. Like, what are we doing here? Trump administration came out. They're like, yeah, we fucked up. He shouldn't be in that prison. He's gonna stay there for an indefinite period of time. What? What? It gets worse because JD Vance is fucking stupid. After the Trump administration had already came out and was like, yeah, guys, we fucked up. He shouldn't be in that prison. JD Vance goes on Twitter and goes, he's an illegal gang member. He should be in that prison. Okay, man, what are we doing? JD Vance tweets out, JD Vance, who clearly did not read the court document, tells people on Twitter to read the court document because in there you will see that he was charged with being an MS-13 gang member. No, he wasn't. Never charged with anything. And he is not a legal U.S. citizen. You're right, he's not a U.S. citizen. He is legally here. He's always legally been here. There's no proof that he came here illegally. Also, a little side note, he came here in 2019. I think you can figure out who the president was in 2019. So don't even use the excuse that he came here under Joe Biden's open border policy. Stop it. So yeah, JD Vance clearly did not read the court documents at all because he's fucking stupid. This is what a Yale degree will get you guys. A law degree from Yale, this is what it'll get you. Being fucking stupid. Then JD Vance puts out a follow-up tweet. He doubles down. He's an MS-13 gang member. He came here illegally. He's an illegal immigrant. And he has traffic violations. Deport him. He has traffic violations. Deport him. Dude, everyone does. That's not a criminal record, man. What are we doing here? He has traffic violations? Are we serious? He ends his tweet by once again saying he's an illegal immigrant. No, he's not. He says he was determined to be part of the MS-13 gang. This is half true but very misleading. He was allowed to seek refuge from the MS-13 gang while he was here, and that doesn't mean he literally was part of the gang. some random person came forward and said, "This dude, when he was in El Salvador, he was a member of a gang." And the judge was like, "Okay, yeah, that's probably true. We're not going to charge him with anything because we have no proof." Why? Because they had no proof. And then he says this guy, because he's not a full U.S. citizen, doesn't get due process. I don't know where in the Constitution it says only U.S. citizens get due process. And this is really scary to hear from the vice president. If we aren't giving non citizens due process, then due process clearly doesn't fucking exist, and they could just take that away from citizens. Because Abrego Garcia is in the United States legally. He might not be a citizen, he's legally in the United States, deserves due process. And if we aren't giving him to that, that is scary. It is terrifying and it is wrong. And it shows that JD Vance doesn't understand the law, which is ironic considering the Yale Law School. And two, he's fucking stupid, which kind of coincides with number one. And number three, he's an idiot, which also coincides with number one. This is how it's going. It went from, oh, we're only deporting illegal gang member immigrants to now we're deporting immigrants who have legal standing within the United States, who have no criminal record or any history of violence whatsoever, because they have traffic violations. Where do you think it'll be after a full year? After 2 years? After 3 years? This administration, from the jump, was going to do this. The fact that we have this coming out right after Signalgate is damning. This administration isn't aligned. Trump was arguing with his team until yesterday about the tariffs that he's going to implement tomorrow, April 2nd. Other people are debating whether to bomb Yemen on a Signal group chat. And now, while the Trump administration is clearly saying that, yeah, that's a mistake, Abrego Garcia should not be in the El Salvadorian prison, we have JD Vance coming out and saying, yes, he should. He's an illegal immigrant, which is not true. But apparently it is. It's just insane to me because we aren't even 3 full months in. We aren't even 3 full months into this administration, and they already look like a fucking joke and a disaster, which was pretty clear if you had any sort of head on your shoulders going into this election cycle. Things are going to get worse. I know I've been joking and laughing in this, but things are going to get worse. And we need to keep shedding light onto just like the disgusting things that this administration is doing. Because it's brutal, it's wrong, and Trump's a piece of shit, and just stupid, and ugly, and fat, and old. Thank you for your time.